Try Before We Die, the whiskey review show where we don't know what we're drinking, but we'll tell you what we're thinking. And I'm here with Meg and my pal Mal. Now, we've all been together before, and in fact, we've been together 30 years ago.
Yes.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
Time certainly flies. We hope you take advantage of that within your friend group, and that's the whole idea behind Try Before We Die.
Correct.
Right? Share, experience. Why just have something and not really know the full content of it?
What I like about this is the fact from season 1 to now is that we've brought in a lot of the influences or the people that we've enjoyed multiple.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right. Pulled in some history to this journey of historical significance.
And then on the page of us, which is great. It's like we're all aged. Yeah. And we're all like, oh yeah, Scotch. Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I smoke cigars as well.
I'm over 40 now.
Great.
Right? Yeah, you guys enjoy a cigar.
Yeah.
Not a tobacco user, never have been, but I totally get the connection. Right? You continuously ask me, can I just have a cigar in the bar?
Love to have a cigar.
And I always say no. Yeah. It just
open the windows
happen.
and let's just do it.
It's not going to happen. But what is going to happen is we are going to
press a button.
Call upon Randy to deliver us one of the hundreds of bottles of unopened single malt Scotch in this bar.
Maybe something in the 90s?
Ooh.
High 90s?
High 90s, which will be right over there, my left shoulder, Malcolm's straight back. Any guess, any distillery, any number range, any hope?
Glenmoe.
All right.
Ooh.
A Glenmoe.
Yeah, that would be nice too.
There are some historic Glenmoes behind me. In fact, the entire shelf behind me is Ardbeg, Glenmoe, and Macallan.
Yes.
75 bottles behind me, represented by 3 distilleries. And a little pouty.
Well. Oh!
442.
I don't even know where they are anymore. I've given up.
There is a chance it's there, but it's definitely there. 394. So we're at the end by the dartboard, or we're for our very first time pulling above the smart gun. We'll see everybody at bottle 442. $4.16, $4.23, $4.31, $4.41. We're at bottle 442, which is right here. Ha-ha! Yay! We're going to have our first Kingsbarns, one of the newer Lowland distilleries. We have a limited release coming in at 59.2% ABV. This is a family reserve. Right. So they release a number of expressions that they call their family reserve series. Now, I'm not going to equate it to the family casks of Glenfarclas, but it is a smaller release batch, always coming in at high ABV, most likely cask strength, very clearly a lighter colored whiskey, which leads me to believe we're only in bourbon casks, but we'll check it out a little bit more back at the bar with Malcolm and Meg. Hey, Mal, look, off the ground in a heel cliff. I'm very excited for our first Kingsbarns.
Didn't you mention this some other time that you Kingsbarn,
I don't know if I was but I'm hopeful to try our very first Kingsbarns.
All right.
Can you be excited?
Yeah, I am.
What's it look like?
Meg does it better.
You said you were a hooligan. That wasn't hooliganish.
I'm old now.
All right. Our first Kingsbarns. A Lowland single malt. This is part of the family reserve, a limited release. We don't have a number of bottles, but we do have a notation. American Oak Bourbon Barrel and STR Barrique. What is STR?
And if you're playing D&D, isn't that strength?
Nerd.
Yeah.
Yes, but in the world of Scotch whiskey, STR stands for
I have no idea.
Scraped tea.
Something to do with the cask.
What do you put into a toaster?
Bread.
Right. The tea is
Toast.
Scraped, toasted. I don't know.
Recharge?
Filled?
Recharred.
All right.
Right, scraped,
Yeah.
toasted, and recharred to bring out a lot of the vanillins.
Didn't we just have the similar where it was re-scraped and then recharred? Same difference?
Right. So this process is gaining popularity,
Okay.
creating sustainability in the number of casks available.
That makes sense. Okay.
So as if the outer, say 2/3, 3/4 of the wood is very solid still, they are learning that if you can scrape off the old, pull a lot of the dominant flavors out or the tired flavors.
Yeah. All right.
Right. And then you rechar it, you retoast it and rechar it. And then you're bringing out the flavors that still exist in the outer strong layers of the wood.
Interesting.
Right. Barik. What do we got?
Barik.
Is
some sort of foreign example for something.
A French.
Not a wine. Really?
What color?
I'm going to go red.
That's very good, Malcolm. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's get it into the glass.
Oh.
What is that rubbish?
Union Strike easily just left. I'm out of here.
You're lucky you didn't play some games and flip up in the air. I'm probably going to pour it all over the place.
Wow.
We saw it come off.
Wow.
Oh.
UK import stamp.
Yep.
Kingsbarns, been hard to find in the States. Slowly just coming into some shops.
Sorry.
How many jobs do you have
I
here?
saw the finger pointing and I was like, oh, I missed it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love it.
It's the gurgle of a lowland. Imperceptible. The lowland are traditionally so light and refreshing.
No pop.
Or maybe just the shape of the bottle.
Right. It has nothing to do with the air in the bottle to the volume of the liquid.
Or maybe because it's just flat.
That's exactly where the gurgle comes from.
10 years.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Kingsbarns, Lowland. Lowland is a region that sort of began to only have just a couple of distilleries left.
Okay.
Perhaps one of the most well-known lowland distilleries that has maintained production. So it has the uniqueness because of that fact, but it is also unique because of their distillation process. Would be which distillery, Malcolm? And you might look there. Or there. Or there. Where am I pointing to?
Scapa.
No.
No.
Where?
Where am I pointing to physically in a room?
Oh.
The doors.
The windows. Corners. Corners.
Corner of the field. Auchentoshan.
Player is right. The Auchentoshan in the corner of the field, right? Exactly.
Okay.
A lowland that sort of has maintained production the entire time as distilleries have come and gone. So the lowland region is much like the Campbellton region, whereas at one point prolific, shrunk down and is now regrowing the number of distilleries, Kingsbarns being one of the new ones.
But by size, they are one of the smallest areas, not including the Islas.
Like
Islands.
Regionally, acreage.
Yes.
Can we go with Isla
Isla.
being the smallest,
Okay.
Okay.
right? And then we have the islands, right?
Okay.
Which I would imagine in terms of if you added up Arran,
Size, yeah.
Orkney, right? Some of the Interhebridean distilleries, right? Probably would be less. And then I would imagine we'd be Speyside, Lowland, Highland.
Really? Oh, okay.
My guess.
No.
Happy to be wrong. Love being right. All right. First Kingsbarns. And
Wonderful.
59.2. We know we're American oak and bourbon. There's going to be some influence of a French red wine in here. Interestingly enough, it's not betrayed by the color, but that bourbon barrel is absolutely given away at this color. So I feel like we're in this traditional whiskey with perhaps some sort of a dark grape or perhaps even like a red raspberry element. And that's going to be my guess based upon the scrape, toasted, and recharred with the barrique casking. color, though, Malcolm? Fun fact, I believe Kingsbarns, famous for some of their birds' nests on their property around their distillery, I believe barred owls or something. And we'll see what I know about that, but I believe that to be true.
I want to say pale gold.
Kingsbarns.
Pale, very pale gold.
Pale
I like
gold,
that.
we're hearing from Mal and Meg. Yeah, pale or light gold, right? I agree.
Very light.
You know, sometimes you wonder, is it a bright gold? But it could be the nice lighting we have on the glass. I'm picking up legs all just above your whiskey line.
Yeah,
now.
no, the same as you.
Yeah.
Like I can't really see them on me, but I
Yeah.
can definitely see them on you. And I see on Meg's.
Yep. And I can see them on yours, and that's the lighting in this bar.
All right.
All right, our first Kingsbarns. Super exciting to always try a distillery we haven't had, and from a region that historically in the last few decades has been underrepresented, but has come storming back.
All right.
All right, let's see what we have for a nose. There's some of that red wine influence right on the first hit. It's very strong on the nose. Very strong. That 59.2 shows up immediately. Mellows out.
But like in a piercing way, not like in an overpowering way. Like I just felt like my nostril was just, there was this one area that was being overwhelmed.
Right.
Didn't feel like I was being taken in and like it was just like destroying me.
I think I'm being hit with this barrique influence far more than I'm being hit with this bourbon barrel, yet the color shows the bourbon barrel more than the red.
Yeah, there definitely is a wine influence.
Yeah.
It's that sharp smell that you get when you smell a wine. Like it's not like smelling a flavor, or when you smell something like coffee or something like that, you can really recognize.
I agree.
This has got that sharpness to it.
Very interesting. Again, this is just going to be another one of those moments where color, nose, and palate may not agree across the spectrum. But certainly color and nosing are a contrast.
This has a similar feel to the Tullibardine does a Burgundy.
Yeah.
This has a similar smell.
They have a sherry, a Burgundy, and I think a port. The 228, the 500, and the 225 related to the traditional barrel sizing. So the sherry would be the 500, I believe, the sherry butt, the biggest barrel, and then it moves down. And my guess would be the port would be the smallest one.
But that's what I'm relating to, is that Burgundy.
It has incredibly mellowed out, right? That initial high alcohol that was happening has really relaxed and is calm. Again, it's amazing the transformations single malt Scotch whiskies can go through with just exposure to air, a little bit of time while folks are chattering, whether capped or uncapped, and then again, over time on your open shelf. But the shifting can be rapid too. And again, I think I've had a rapid shift from to.
And it's what's good is like there's varying ways. Sometimes you get punched in the face and then it drops right off. Sometimes you get punched in the face and it stays and then just eases way down.
Sometimes it's Buster Douglas and he gets tired. Sometimes it's Mike Tyson and you're just getting knocked out.
And that's what makes it interesting, because each one is like got a different expression when it comes to how it hits you. But what amazes me is that over time, you start to get all this effort that they put into it starts to come through, and you start to pick up the different nuances of the drink itself.
So here's something else. So you'll see this glass, this bottle.
Oh yeah,
see the bottom, how it's gridded, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay, like tic-tac-toe, or Sudoku or Rubik's Cube, just a square pattern consistently. Tetris, yes, Meg, you and I have a history with that game. Stand up, quarter, and I'm going to lay about 8 on the machine. My understanding is, and maybe it's pigeons, there's a bird at Kingsbarns, and they have this gridded nest area where they reside. Again, I'll feel silly if I'm wrong, but I believe this to be true.
No, you could be right with pigeons.
I think this is connected to some of their infrastructure.
I didn't even recognize that until you said it.
Yeah. All right. So we've got this pale or light gold. We've got this nose experience. but seemingly rooted in the wine influence.
Yep.
So shall we taste it?
And that's all I'm getting is a wine. I'm not getting any other flavor.
Right, I'm not picking up like
not
some of
picking
the
up anything
classic
else.
vanillas or
No.
anything that you're going to get from the bourbon cask.
No.
But again, we may have color, nose, and palate all different.
Right.
Let's find out, Meg.
Cheers.
Now, Kingsbarns, our first one.
Cheers.
A Lowland.
Cheers.
Spicy
Yes.
in the mouth, but all the way into about halfway down the throat, excuse me. Ginger.
I don't know, but something just lit my tongue on fire.
Yeah.
In the front.
Yes.
I didn't get it in the back. In the
Yeah.
front, I had it.
Right.
Right in the tips.
Right. Again, I'm not really picking up the bourbon barrel.
No.
I'm getting oak, the wood spice, right? I'm getting some of this very subtle layer of wine influence, but it's mildly sweet and incredibly spicy, which is interesting for a lowland, which often would be the grassy of the whiskey, right? But again, we're high ABV, so we can't discount the influence of a 59.2 versus a 40 or a 43.
There's something sweet and tangy.
Right, we're at 118.4
Tangy.
proof.
Yeah. Like
the astronauts might have taken it to the moon with them. It's just my tang, mate.
maybe it's not tangy. But there's a
Zesty.
very- yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So all of a sudden, I have vanilla. I have a very dark, bitter chocolate. Right. Absolutely.
vanilla.
Yeah, absolutely. The whiskey is developing. We discussed this a little earlier,
Yep.
how rapid whiskeys
Yes.
can shift. And it has shifted rapidly on my second draw.
Have a vanilla. Definitely.
Yeah, it's got a creamy beginning now.
Yeah.
And then there's that,
Yep.
what did you call it?
don't know.
Zesty.
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 And that has a zesty finish.
It's
something
and that's
that
the life.
ignited.
Right. That's the life
Yeah.
in this whiskey.
That's like actually, those few, let's say a couple minutes, have really changed this drink.
Hmm.
There's like an explosion of flavor at the back end of this now.
Wow. Incredibly creamy on the front now.
Yeah.
Just rolling into some, I'd say 65, 70% dark chocolate, just rolling in cream into a bitter dark chocolate, but with enough sweetness to be like, yeah, it's not a baker's chocolate. And then the ending still possesses some of that spice and that wine influence. So this whiskey has completely turned around in about 3 or 4 minutes of our first taste.
You know what it's like? You know, when you get the chocolates that have a center that you work your way around, and when you bite into it, it leaks out and just
Yeah.
like coats your mouth, and but the back side of it, that front side is extremely creamy. You know, so like you can tell the vanilla from it, but there is like an explosion of flavor, but it takes a little bit
To develop. Right.
and then all of a sudden when you suck it down and it's in the very back of your tongue, that's when you get that explosion. It's like
Right. There was something wrong with our initial experience with like, I'm not getting any of this bourbon barrel. Like, what's wrong here? Because the color is all bourbon barrel. I mean, there's this slight twist to red in this bottle. But as it opened and it breathed, that bourbon barrel exposed itself, and it's become the dominant experience. So on the nose, it was the red wine was sort of dominant. And on the palate, once it's had some time to breathe, boy, that bourbon barrel influence is right there, front and center.
and I don't get the chocolate that you guys are getting,
Okay.
but
But not the sweet chocolate, like a
No,
bitter dark.
I'm not catching that because I think that
But you just said cream into that chocolate,
but then
right?
that's that
Goes
flavor
into the
at back.
wine.
That
wine is in the
just
back.
so overpowering
Right.
that
Yeah.
maybe I'm missing that step.
Yep. Try again. Yeah.
I'm getting like the bitter off-putting of a baking chocolate.
Just misses it
Just
for me.
misses.
65, 70%.
Yep.
Just enough sweet, but it's on the road to a baker's chocolate.
Okay,
You there?
that time I got it.
All right.
Now I see
And
what
if
you're
I
getting for
breathe
that.
over it,
Yes.
I can get it.
Yep.
Okay,
I have to exhale over it.
Right.
but I had that like almost wine gum type of feeling at the very back.
Yes.
It's just so powerful, so powerful.
Yep. Nice.
This is interesting.
It's
All right.
very interesting.
So we had our first Kingsbarns, 59.2 for providing
Yeah.
lots of like shifting in rapid form. It's a changeling.
Remember the metamorphic that we had?
Anamorphic.
Anamorphic.
Yes, the anamorphic from
anamorphic.
Ardbeg. Yes,
That's what it
right.
reminded
We
me
have a lot happening here.
Yep.
All right, our first Kingsbarns. Well, let's see what the crew has for us tonight. But before that, I'll give everybody about 15 seconds. What are you adding to a whiskey that's a changeling?
You know,
Yes.
I'm going with 85% dark
That's it.
chocolate.
That's it.
put a little spot in that, please.
Mal's just going
I
to
have
go with
some.
water.
Yep.
All right. The crew's ready, but we changed our minds because it just is worthy of just a little more exploration. Meg and I have gone with 85% dark chocolate.
Yes.
Mal's gone with water.
Actually, I think that's a good call as well.
All right, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that
Mm-hmm.
because that chocolate does not bring out anything sweet.
Nope.
Right,
Balanced.
right. It's just this nice, I'm pretty bitter.
Mm-hmm.
It works well with this whiskey that's on the road to a truly bitter chocolate.
Perfect.
Oh, man. In the water?
Smooth.
What I think, as we always say, the water eases the edges.
Mhm.
Now this becomes one whole drink. There is no real
Right.
breakdown.
Well, with the high ABV too, right? That makes sense. You brought it down from 59.2 to maybe a 55, a 53, right? With a couple of drops, right? And that's going to allow the subtleties to exist a little more prominently.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see what the crew has for us as we've enjoyed this Kingsbarns. Can we just ask Meg to read this because she's the one without the
Way too much to lose.
Yeah, she's got the.
Oh,
We have a studio audience. We have a lot of folks here, including Mal and my wife, which
Yes,
are two different people. And so here we go.
I'm glad.
Now?
to the 3 rings of marriage, the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering.
I love you. I love you, honey.
Cheers.
Cheers. I love you too, baby.
Yeah.
What a true quote.
I wouldn't know.
What I will say,
Wow.
as a Lowland, this is very complex.
This Lowland betrays the classic Lowland experience.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Right? It's not like prominently grassy. It's not prominently floral. It's got these other elements: scrape, toasted, recharred, barrique, bourbon barrels, all present. Give it time, and they all show up.
Much more complex.